Hi guys, welcome to some more Real Talk Dog Talk. I'm Tori.
And I'm Barb.
For those of you who haven't joined us before, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com.
And for those of you who are regular listeners or emailers or both, we like to get those emails. It helps us out with some ideas for our podcast.
We get so many good ideas, it's hard to sift through them all.
Well, I just do it when I'm at work.
There you go. Problem solved. At least you're getting paid for it.
Well, yeah. Killing two birds with one stone.
There you go.
Today, we have touched on this briefly, and we're kind of taking a few steps back. For today, we are going to talk about service dogs. I think there's a lot of confusing and tons of information out there on the internet. You hear different things from people. So we decided to do a little bit of research ourselves on service dogs.
Yes.
And referring to actually having them certified.
Right, not just I decide they're gonna be.
And order a vest on Amazon.
Right.
Yeah.
If it looks like one, then it is.
Well, you can order legitimate vests on there.
Yep.
You can get what you need, but that doesn't, make it a real service dog.
Just because you say so doesn't mean it's a fact, okay?
I can think of a lot of mothers that would disagree with you on that.
Oh, if only.
Okay, so when I do a lot of this reading, I felt like service dog is kind of like a category.
Yeah.
And then all these other things that are dogs do for work are kind of subcategories.
I would agree with that. Yep.
Maybe my interpretation is wrong, but it just feels like that to me. And
Well, then we're both wrong.
Well,
okay.
we're related. It's
yeah.
hereditary.
Yeah, it is.
But I looked up service dogs, and it would refer to service dogs versus therapy dogs.
Yep.
And I just really kind of wasn't clear where everything was. And now they have, which, I don't think I knew of this, a few years back, but now they have psychiatric dogs.
That's a new thing to me, too.
Yeah, and I don't know when that came about.
Yep. It is.
So I just kind of got thrown for a loop on that. So really, any information I knew, I think, is pretty much obsolete.
Well, that's the thing. I thought it would be kind of, pretty straightforward, and it's really, but no.
No, it's really not. And not only that, not only do you have to look at what the service dog is, but also legislation in your state or area.
Yep.
You have to be clear on what the rules are for travel.
Yes.
There's just so much. It's just, crazy, the information. Maybe I'm a simple person.
Well, it is crazy. And then there's, ones that you have to have certified, ones you can certify on your own, ones you have to have certified by somebody else.
Right.
There's just so many variations.
Well, when I looked up service dog, it was kind of funny because it said, let's see, and this was just off the internet. I didn't see a person who was the author of, but they were saying that they are specifically trained to help a individual with physical or other limitations with a specific task.
Right, okay. Yep.
And they are for stability, like if a person can't walk or pick up items if they're in a wheelchair, possibly to alert a hearing impaired individual, or even, and I thought this was kind of a cute thing, maybe I have a sick sense of humor, but to keep track of a wandering autistic child. And we have autism in our family, so I don't laugh at it like ha ha.
No,
I just know the ironic behavior that those little guys can have.
They'll leave. They're gone. Okay,
Yeah,
they got
they're a different sort of person,
Yep.
so the dog actually can help keep track of
Yes.
them. And then they refer to emotional support or various conditions, including anxiety, depression. More of those are out there too, and even diabetes and seizure.
Right. Yes.
So that was what this one area offered for information on service dog.
Right.
But then when you get down into it, then it starts getting more detailed.
Yes.
I was looking at Spruce Pets by Laura Mueller,
Okay.
and she refers to 8 types of service dogs.
Yeah, that is a lot. I didn't find quite 8,
Well,
but
you gotta listen to Laura Mueller.
yeah, where was I at with that one? Come on, Laura.
Anyhow, so we'll just kind of go through them quickly and then we can kind of discuss. Of course, there is the more obvious ones that are guide dogs for vision impaired,
Yep.
hearing dogs for, of course, hearing impaired, the seizure alert dogs, and diabetic alert dogs, allergy detection dogs, which actually, I guess they allow that for children that have severe allergies, that they can take a dog to school with them
Oh.
as a fully trained and certified, service dog to detect anything that might trigger any allergies for that person.
I just saw, this is kind of off topic, but not really. There was a girl, it's not about a service dog, but this girl went to a coffee shop with her mom, and she was lactose intolerant, like highly lactose intolerant, and she ended up dying because they put regular milk in her
Oh,
hot chocolate.
yeah.
Um,
And that would be something that an allergy detection dog would have probably picked up on.
yeah, yeah.
Then they have the mobility assistance, which is for people with arthritis, muscular dystrophy, spinal cord injuries, cerebral palsy. Did I say that one?
No, I don't think you said that one.
And there's others,
Mhm.
but anyone that can't physically manage throughout a day.
Yep.
An autism support dog, which I was just talking about, and now they have the psychiatric service dogs.
Yes. That's again, that's a new that's a new one to me. I thought it was the ESA was,
Well, and she did say that it's important to know the difference
Mhm.
between the psychiatric service dog and the emotional support dog.
Okay.
So they are 2 different things.
Right.
Um,
I did find a different definition for the emotional support dog.
what did you find?
So I mean, it's they are not trained for any specific owner or task. They're not for a specific duty or aiding in any disability or anything like that.
Yeah,
So they're just kind of there to be a buddy,
right.
essentially.
A
is what-
companion.
Right.
Yeah,
Yep.
right. Well, and I think that's the main difference that I found when I was doing my research was that the psychiatric dog
Mhm.
is formally trained
Okay. Yep.
and certified,
Mm-hmm.
where the ESA dog is more of a companion dog,
Okay. Yep.
and
They are still certified though.
they are certified, and they are accepted in the community and in public. But I also found a little tidbit of information that the federal laws do not have as much protection for the ESA dogs
Okay.
as they do for the psychiatric service dogs.
With an actual doctor's paperwork and all that.
Well, they both have paperwork, but there's formal training for
Oh.
the psychiatric dogs.
I gotcha.
And they
okay.
do a lot of the same thing for the people, as far as like social phobias, anxiety disorders, panic attacks, even like the veterans with the PTSD,
Mm-hmm.
OCD,
Depression, like major depression.
right, claustrophobia. Now, I'm not really sure how an ESA dog would help with that, but
Open a window for you. I'm not sure, right?
I don't know either. It's a good try, though.
Yeah. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, and then schizophrenia. So
Okay.
those are just a few listed. There's more out there. And these are more like unnoticed disabilities. You know,
Okay.
not so obvious as the vision or the hearing.
Not as outwardly
Right.
apparent.
So that's more what the psychiatric and the ESA dogs are for.
Okay.
But you know, you're looking at quite an expense difference with the two.
Okay.
I was reading that, you know, it's cost like $15,000 to $30,000 for one dog
Oh my gosh.
if you have them professionally trained and certified as a psychiatric service dog.
That is a lot of money for a dog, but I mean, for what you have them around for, I mean, that would make sense to be trained. I mean, that's got to be pretty extensive training for that.
Well, if you are, you know, physically just locked up over, you know, these emotional issues,
Mm-hmm.
and you just cannot even function. I think there was one mentioned, you know, when you're afraid to go out of your house.
Agoraphobia.
Agoraphobia.
Mm-hmm.
You know, having to take a dog out, walk them, is really actually helps you kind of get through that.
Oh, that would make a ton of sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you know, if you can afford, they also do fundraisers.
Oh, well,
for,
that's nice.
Yeah, some of the people that can't afford to buy one outright, they will, a lot of times those people who are in the business of training these dogs
Yeah.
also have access to fundraising and can help you out with the cost of it.
That's awesome.
So I think that's a big one I want to mention is you know, when I had someone I heard wanted to buy a dog as an ESA dog.
Okay. Yep.
And I asked what they were getting it for, and they said the whole family.
That's not right.
It is not. And I said, well, who in your family needs the ESA dog?
Specifically, yeah.
And he said, all of us.
Mm.
And I thought to myself, man, you are either all really a mess,
Yeah.
or this is kind of fishy.
Just say you want a dog and you want a good deal. Okay. Just say it.
I don't know what their plan was there, but it was a family of three, a mom, a dad, and a young toddler, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that toddlers could really have extensive emotional issues like that. So,
Surprise.
Yeah.
Surprise.
so I think, you know, the ESA dog, I think that clarification is super important.
Right.
Just because a lot of people are thinking that they are getting, you know, access to everything because their dog is ESA. In fact, I made the same mistake. I have two dogs that are ESA certified.
Yes.
And I was taking Gabby
Right.
specifically to work with me, and they actually told me I had to stop because she was just an ESA dog.
Right.
So she doesn't go to work with me now. She had a great effect on the people I work with. I work in a group home. So that was really great for her as well as the people that live there.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
you know, because I'm a responsible dog owner, I'm going to heed that warning. She wasn't, you know, certified correctly.
Right.
So, well, she was.
She was.
Just not for that.
Right. Things have changed.
Well, they have.
So
And they always will.
you think it's going to happen. It's bound to happen.
But so she couldn't go to work anymore because she was just ESA, not psychiatric service dog.
Which that's really too bad that she can't, because I mean, I remember.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this out here. I forgot to shut off my phone. Sorry.
It's a good ringtone though. Let's be honest. Okay.
Thank you, and I will just go ahead and get in here and shut this off.
We're muting the phones. Hold on.
Usually I'm the one harping on everyone for their phones making
Time out.
noises, and yes, I have done it.
Good job, Mom.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe you should make me take a nap for doing that.
You go home and get in your bed and take a nap.
If I can't shut my phone off like I should, yeah, I guess that's
You
gonna have
go
to
take
happen.
a nap.
Phone is off. Okay, so
We're ready. We're good to go.
no more of that nonsense. So, also, when you are out and about with your ESA dog, psychiatric dog,
Mm-hmm.
pretty much any dog that is an assistant of any sort, you do need to know that wherever you are, whether it be a department store, a restaurant, anything public,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be prepared, because they do have the legal right to ask you what the service dog is for,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and what its purpose is with you and your
Right.
limitation.
It's not like one of those things, but people get me because it's like when you get pulled over, I'm not rolling my window down, or they want to see a receipt when you're leaving Walmart. It's not it's not, you can't do that. Well, you know what? They can do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So.
And that's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, they have the right to ask you
Yep.
and see the information. I don't know that you need to carry your paperwork, but usually there is an identification card.
Mm-hmm.
So they do have the right to ask you about that. So again, you can't just order a vest off Amazon
Right.
and think you can take your dog anywhere.
Right. And they can kick you out, whether you like it or not. It's, if you don't have what you need to, show them this is what the dog is for and all that, then you might have to go.
Well, I'm not talking about the customers in there. I'm talking about the staff.
Right,
The
yeah.
employee can ask for that information.
Right. There are rude people that probably would be upset, but
And here's an interesting little thing.
oh boy.
Yeah. Religious institutions are exempt from the Americans with Disabilities Act, the ADA.
They can't go in churches.
No. Not unless you're a Saint Bernard.
That was a good one.
I'm tired,
That
sorry.
was a good one. What if they wear a rosary or
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
The religious organizations are exempt from that, and they make their own determinations, I guess.
they don't want hair in the wine?
I guess. But again, we always tell people, do your own research.
Yes.
And check with your local laws and find out where you're at with that. And, honestly, I would think, just in my own opinion,
Mm-hmm.
what religious facility would deny someone that has, like, psychiatric issues to be able to bring their dogs in? I don't know. I mean...
The bad ones. Okay.
I don't know who that is.
I don't
I'm
either,
not getting
but
into that one. This feels like I could be opening a whole big can of worms.
I've seen the culty documentaries. Okay. I've seen it.
But so yeah, check. And the important thing, I think, the trouble is, in my mind, there's so much trouble in my mind. But the thing is people just think that they can just all willy-nilly take their dogs with.
Right.
And, I see little old ladies. I am a little old lady. I'm a big little old lady.
No, what?
But I see these ladies in Walmart with their, Yorkies with the pink ribbons in their hair and a matching halter harness on, and, they're doing their shopping, and, I'm absolutely the same kind of mom, dog mom.
Yeah.
I want to take my dogs everywhere because I love them.
Except yours are 150 pounds.
But they're adorable.
Yeah, they are.
Even without the bows.
They are. Probably better without the bows, in my opinion, but
But, I don't know. It makes me feel like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. But it's kind of irresponsible to think, hey, I'm going to get an ESA dog and I'm going to take my dog everywhere.
Right.
You know, you have to really know that you can't just, you have to train them.
Well, that's so true. I mean, just because your dog likes you doesn't mean they're going to like other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't do training or anything like that, and you decide that, oh, I'm just going to take my dog, I'm going to get a vest, I'm going to take him out, it's going to be great. What if your dog snaps at somebody that's bugging them, and, you know, you're not seeing it right away? Or, I mean, it's endless, the situations that could happen. I mean,
They do. I do know at our local Walmart, I saw a dog that from previous instances, he was, or she, it was a girl, her name I believe was Layla, was not a very nice dog. And one of the workers was bringing it with as I don't even know if it was, I didn't know the information behind the dogs. I'm kind of talking out of my butt. But I didn't think that dog should be in the store.
oh, really?
I felt it was acting fine when the owner was with it and walking around, but I just kept thinking, you know, all those kids in the store are pretty close to that dog's, you know, face-to-face height.
Yeah.
And I just did not feel like that dog was a good choice for that. And when people get ESA dogs, psychiatric dogs, the psychiatric dogs are evaluated for temperament. They're thoroughly trained,
Mm-hmm.
and they are meant to be out there in the public.
Right.
And if you're going to self-train an ESA dog, it's so important. I always say you got to be honest with yourself about what you got for a dog.
Right.
I have a dog I won't take out in the public.
Yeah. Right.
And when I did try initially, I was at Tractor Supply, and he loved the lady who checked us out.
Yeah.
It was Ziggy.
Oh.
He's
Oh.
my...
He's so good, but
He's very
Such a stinker.
full of personality as well.
that is
Got a lot of personality.
such
He
a
would
good
not
dog.
go into the store with me. He would stay at the checkout with the lady.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as an adult dog, I won't take him in public because I don't feel like he's a dog that would be real friendly if someone were to approach him.
Right.
And even though people aren't supposed to,
They do.
they do.
They do.
So you have to think about that when you're self-training these dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Is this dog actually a dog that would be, you know, wise to take out in public? And I'm not talking about walking down the road. I'm talking
Right.
about interacting in stores
Right.
where there's a lot of people, a lot of commotion, carts going by.
Well, and that's the thing, like, you know, you think about it, adults, fine, maybe they may have the sense to be a little bit careful if they are going to approach, even though they shouldn't, but you take any kid that likes dogs, animals, they'll run right up to it. They'll, you know, and, you know, you might not even notice them coming, because they just be a little peanut running along, and if your dog isn't comfortable, or, you know, if they get startled easily, or, you know, whatever the case may be, that could be a really big problem.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's why that goes right back to you have to be very honest with yourself.
Yep.
Now, I have another dog. Well, I have a couple, but Elsa,
Oh,
she
yeah.
is not an ESA dog. She is just, she's one of my dogs.
Amazing.
She is like probably the closest thing to a bomb-proof dog that I've got.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
she doesn't startle easy. She likes to look around at things. She's friendly with everybody I've met.
Yep. She's just the sweetest dog. I mean,
Very nice dog. So I think when you're looking ESA and psychiatric, you have to know the difference between the two as far as your responsibility. And they will actually, if you go to these places that train the dogs,
yeah.
for the 15,000 or
Right.
30,000, if you have an existing pet that you would like to be trained for that, they will work with you on that.
Oh, that's amazing.
They'll evaluate it and let you know if this is a good thing or not so much.
Yeah.
And they can train an existing dog.
Well, and
Not all of them.
I think some dogs probably, yeah, it's
Not-
just not right for the role, maybe.
Right, and not all facilities do that. They might
Okay.
have their own dogs.
See, and that's, that is interesting too, because I mean, I have a few dogs here, and you know, there's, I mean, most of them are pretty friendly with people, but one of them is quite afraid of most, and I'm not sure if any of my dogs would actually be good for any of that.
Right.
Like, just because of them. But if I was in that position, I would definitely want to have the option, if I had, to be able to take my own dog there and be able to, or say, if you had your own, like, you wanted to buy a puppy, maybe they could work with you on that.
Well, they might help you even if you're picking a puppy. They might even, have a hand in helping you pick one out of the litter that would be temperament approved.
Oh, yeah.
So that's an option too. So I mean, there's so many things that you have to look at, and the laws and just everything is. I mean, it was kind of weird doing this because I thought I was walking into it just doing therapy dogs versus service dogs.
Yep.
And actually, that's another thing I found out when I was looking at therapy dogs.
Yeah.
Do you know what came up?
What? Oh, gosh.
Well, I didn't even know this. I'm like, what? But it says that therapy dogs are dogs that are trained to be in a facility.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that. I had no idea. I mean, I know that they do that. You see
Right.
them going into hospitals and visiting
Nursing homes.
Yep,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Yeah. But yeah, that was. I mean, I thought that was a whole.
I thought a therapy dog was, a therapy dog was like to helping with, handicapped people with their,
Yeah.
sorry for the term handicap, that's not politically correct, but physically limited people with picking things up, turning on and off lights,
Yeah.
That type of thing.
Yep.
And actually it said, and it's got to be true, it's on the internet, right?
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
It just said that the therapy dog is for in facilities that are trained to be there. Cats, dogs.
They're not trained to live with any specific handler or person
Right.
that they're assisting.
Right.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
that is super interesting because, yeah, I mean, I thought that was there is a lot more involved in this whole thing than I had initially
Right.
thought when I started looking at things, and, you could have 25 pages of notes and still have more to look at, so.
Yeah, there is a lot, and there's a lot of books out there on it, and even that is a process to go through all the books that are even available.
Right.
I mean, it's just amazing the information that's out there. So I think with all these, I think when you have medical issues, seizures, diabetes, even autism, anything along those lines, I think that it's important to get yourself connected with legitimate trainers.
Right.
And I don't mean just willy-nilly ones that decided to throw an ad or a post
Right.
on Facebook. You want to find a facility that does that training.
Specifically.
Yeah, I was kind of bummed out because, we have Tango
Yeah.
out there. And Tango was brought to me because his owners told me they were separating.
Yeah. Mhm.
And he has been living with me. He needs a home, and he's 3 years old, Cane Corso. He's just got a really nice personality. And
so
so I
nice.
start calling around to some of these places that do training with PTSD dogs and
Yeah.
The psychological or psychiatric. Sorry.
Psychiatric. That's same thing, right?
Maybe I have a psychological issue myself today. Anyhow, but the psychiatric dog, I thought he'd be amazing just for building security and emotional support.
Yep.
And they actually told me they don't take that breed of dogs. They try to keep it 30 pounds and under.
I don't really get that because I mean, maybe it's the facility itself. I don't really know, but I had to rehome one of my dogs because of my living situation, and he ended up with an Army vet, and he is just amazing with them. And I find it odd that they would say no to these larger breeds when maybe I'm biased, but they're really great with the emotional end of things and really being attached to the person that they're with and all of that.
Well, yeah, and they bond quite strongly.
Mhm.
So to me, if I did have PTSD, which I don't think I do,
Right.
although I did raise 4 kids alone.
That's enough. You should have seen it.
Yeah,
Should have seen it.
Yeah, it was something. But anyhow, if I did, I guess security for me, emotional security would not come from a Pomeranian.
Right.
I mean, that would not make me feel more secure or even soothed.
No.
And I have always had large dogs,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe it's more my personality than the fact of what people in general would like.
Right.
But I feel like a larger dog is a more secure feeling.
I agree with that.
So,
Yeah.
it's us two against the world then.
Yeah, we said so.
Yeah.
So.
So that's my thought on it, but I was really surprised because I thought, Tango would make an amazing ESA or psychiatric support dog.
I still think you would. I mean,
I do too. I don't know, any facilities out there that do training of large dogs like that, but I was quite surprised that they said no to that because
they didn't even want. Honestly, if they met the dog, I mean,
they didn't even want to evaluate him, or and I think one thing they did say was that I contacted 3 different ones.
Mm-hmm.
They all said no because of his breed, and then one said that a lot of their volunteers and employees take the dogs home with them,
Okay.
so they didn't want to have the large breed dogs because of the going back and forth. And I thought that was very, the whole thing seemed strange to me on 3 different, well, and we are in northwest Minnesota.
Yeah.
There's not a ton of places in the area that do that kind of work, so maybe
Mm-hmm.
somewhere out there's a place that, deals with, a large breed like Cane Corso, Mastiff, German Shepherds.
Yeah.
The ones I called did not.
That's just weird. I mean, they're guardian dogs.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, to me, there's no better kind of dog to
Oh wait, did you say guardian?
guardian.
Guardian, yeah.
Mhm.
So that'd be a really safe feeling, I would think.
You would think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Call me crazy.
Yeah. Well, we had one lady that got a Cane Corso, and her words were, I guess I'm not sure I'm quoting her exact, but her words were that she just could not imagine her life without him, like, by her side.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
she's married and has a kid,
Yep.
or a partner, I guess. I don't know if they're married.
Yeah.
But she just can't even imagine life without.
Yeah.
So, they do give you a sense of security.
They do. I mean, Enzo, he's 5, and he has been. It's me and my kid, so, and the dogs. So
Mhm.
don't try it, okay? But Enzo is a huge comfort to me. If there's, say I hear a bump in the night, I'm not a very skittish person, but I feel a lot safer with Enzo there with me, knowing that, is he hearing what I'm hearing? He's there to kind of back me up, and even if,
Do you have to wake him up for that?
sometimes.
Because
It depends.
he's asleep now.
He's busy working. Okay. Well, he didn't even do it when I touched him, so I don't.
So he's asleep right now,
He's
but
busy. Yeah.
normally.
He's very supportive.
Yeah.
Makes me feel secure. Right now, the only thing he's making secure is the dog bed. Okay. He's but you know, when I am here, you know, by myself, and you know, it's amazing to have him, you know, which he's kind of like a person he thinks he is. So
Well, I think in my opinion, places like that should open their minds a little bit to the
yeah,
larger breeds. I don't know if that's a, nationwide thing or if it's just up here in Minnesota, but definitely something that I think is, worth evaluating.
well, it's like you said, guardian.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
you know, kind of obvious you would think, but you know, hey,
You would think
what do they got against big dogs anyway?
they're prejudiced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
Of course, I don't like poodles. Sorry, guys,
Well-
I'm not a poodle fan.
Those little dogs in general, I tell you,
Very yippy.
not my preference.
Right.
So,
So, what we are going to do this week,
yes.
we've been discussing this. Actually, it's quite a daunting task, actually. I was a little surprised by it. But we are going to come back next week
Yes.
with the same topic.
Yep. Part 2, guys.
Yep, part 2 of our service dogs
Mm-hmm.
and we'll say and therapy dogs.
Right.
We are going to find a couple of books, maybe one book, maybe two, that we are think is a really great resource,
Mm-hmm.
and share some information specifically from those trainers, those books,
Mhm.
and share it with you.
We can put, and we'll put the link in the description too for the podcast, so you guys can go ahead and order it yourself if you'd like. You know, they have, you know, ebooks and all that stuff. So,
I'm old, and I am learning about Audible.
while they don't have CD books
I know.
anymore.
I spent this entire week looking for books on CD
Mm-hmm.
so I could listen to them when I'm, doing stuff around the dog building
Yeah.
or driving to and from work. I thought this would be great. I can throw it in the player and listen to it. They don't have CDs out there. I spent a whole week and I finally said, "Hey, Tori,
Mm-hmm.
I can't find any CDs. They all just say Audible."
Yeah. I was sure they would have CDs still. Apparently we're past that now.
I found very few on CD.
You know, it's a little ridiculous. They have things from when I was growing up. They're vintage. What is that?
You're getting old.
I am.
You
This
are
is,
getting
oh
old.
my goodness.
But so we are gonna resume the search now
Yes.
that I know I have to go Audible,
Right. Yeah.
and we're gonna get a couple of books, kind
Mhm.
of get some ideas on some more information for service dogs, and even some on training your own service dogs.
Right.
And we're gonna get that information together this week because I failed due to my age.
It was uncertainty. We needed to just clear it up. You know.
So now I'm on track here again. If
Yes.
delivery goes as expected,
Yes.
we will pick this topic back up next week and continue to get some more information out to you.
This would be an excellent time to shoot us an email. If there's anything else that specifically you guys want to know about this, again, Real Talk Dog Talk at yahoo.com. Do it.
Yes. And we
So-
want to thank you for joining us this week. We will actually get on those books, and we will hope that you are here next time we do our podcast.
Bye.
Goodbye.